my god. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, hey, I am Porshabell. Excuse me, I just ate. Also, I literally recorded this video thrice, and my mic was not picking up my voice. Like, what the heck? An hour gone just like that. Anyway, I am redoing this video because I really want to do it for you guys. And yeah, if you are new here, hey, and make sure that you subscribe because wow, I am making efforts here. And if you're a returning subscriber, hey babe, and I'm glad that you returned. I have this bike as my background. It's so cute, isn't it? I feel like it's cool. My boyfriend wants to like do this to his bike, so I think it's cute, but it's gonna disappear anyway. So from the title, obviously I did a waitress job, and I'm gonna talk about that, hoping that you would change your mind about it and kind of like looking to apply to this job, because personally I used to kind of like be skeptical about it until I worked as a waitress and I got to understand that these people are actually making money. Sorry, I'm not sure about how my voice is gonna sound. This mic really pissed me off. Like, why are you not recording? It was not recording the whole time. Should I try again for the last time? Let me try again for the last time. I'll be so pissed if it's not gonna record. I'll be so pissed. Guys, I'm putting on my mic again. I hope it records. Anyway, I'm just gonna be quick with this video. Yeah, so I was a waitress, and yes, I did earn 1,000 a day as a waitress, 1,000 plus, because it depended on days. So where I worked, it was chillers type of vibes, and then at night, it's clubs and everything. So during the day, people would come to eat and like chill, have meetings and stuff like. I would say it's like Capello vibes. It's like Capello vibes where people come to like eat and then at night they party. But also our tips were calculated on the sleeps, unlike other places. I don't know how they do it. But yeah, the closest place I can compare it to, it's a Manchurian maybe, because I feel like Manchurian is like the vibes that same as where I worked. So yeah, I'm gonna talk about the good side and the bad side about this job. Oh my god. So I'm gonna start about the bad side about this job. So for me personally, what I experienced when I started to work there, the first week was this bad back aches. It was so bad. My back would hurt so bad. I expected my feet to hurt more, but surprisingly my back was hurting more than my feet, so it was just like a mess. I remember I would go into the bathroom and kind of ask myself, okay, do you really want to do this? Like, do you really want to do this? It was really bad. And then it gets better with time. On the second week I was okay. The third week I was just like, okay, you do adjust with time. So that's the best part about this job. You would stand. So I was going to work at 2 p.m. and I would knock off at 2 a.m. So you can imagine all those hours. But our managers were not that difficult on us, because we would literally like sit down during the day at 2, 3, 4 would like sit down, kind of like attend customers while we chilling and like talking, having conversations and stuff like that on the table outside. But you just have to make sure that your table is clean, they're not like looking for you when they need like maybe something, salt, toothpick, whatever, or I don't know, you just need to make sure that you are there. When they need something, you are there. They can see you, you're on their side. So yeah, that was the first thing, spending for long. And then the second thing is, what's the second thing? Okay, days are not the same. Mondays were hectic. So we'll go in Saturdays, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Mondays were hectic. It was happening because they would book artists like Bokabs at the small and all those people. So obviously, like, it's gonna get packed. So Mondays were hectic, and then these other days were just like normal. Also, remember, I'm talking about where I worked. Other restaurants are busy every day, and you can make money every day. Like, it's just like depends on where you applying your where you applying to. Oh my God, what was I gonna say? Anyway, so it just depends on where you're applying to and like how they work there. But with us, it was, the other 3 days were a bit chilled, and then the Monday was hectic. So that was a down part of it, because on Saturdays and Sundays, sometimes you get a table that is not going to spend a lot of money. Now you have to make sure that you make your money on the people that are coming to ask us eat and then like have a few drinks and all that, because you know that you don't have a table that is spending too much. So some days I would literally work with about 700, but honestly speaking, in most days I would make 1,000. So it's just like, it depends on how people feel about you. And then, like, if your customers are still gonna come back to you and all of that, so you get to like have people who know you and who are like generous to you type of situation. So yeah, that was another thing. Days were not the same. Some days you would just like be so frustrated you would want to quit, but you know that, okay, I can't quit. I'm in it and I'm in it. So yeah, that's the second thing. The third thing is, the reason I quit is because we started making less money. That place was still new by the time I was there, because I think they opened last year November, and the girls who were there November, December, they made money. I wish I spoke to this person, the manager, like December, November last year, but it is what it is. They made a lot of money, and when time went, people got to like understand that the tips were calculated, and there's just, mind you, it's not like a big club where there's like big ballers. Like I said, it's like Capello type of situation, Manchuin type of vibes. So not everybody is in it for paying 500 more on top of the 5K they spend. Okay, that is fine, because people who would spend a lot wouldn't mind to like give you tips. But people who spend less, maybe like my 300s, okay, not 300. Maybe with my 1,000, they will complain about giving you 100, like the tips. So when people got to understand that, the tips are calculated when we serve them, they started going to the bar. To order from the bar and all of that. But like I said, this is only this place. There's still restaurants where you can apply to, and people they know that they're gonna tip you anyway. Like, they have to tip you. I'm talking about my waterfall corner and stuff like that. I personally wouldn't work there, because literally the only reason I applied for I didn't apply for it. The reason I went to this job, or with this job, is because I would go in at 2 and we would chill the whole time. We would only get busy around 5, 6, right? At the restaurants, you are going to be on your feet. There's no time to be sitting down and all that. There's no time. You're gonna be on your feet, and that's how you're gonna make your money. So the reason why I personally went for this one is because I kind of like, so that they chilled. So I was like, okay, maybe I can do this. Like, this is, yeah. So yeah, what was I saying? What led me to that? Yeah, so I was saying, right? So the reason why I quit is because the place was new, and like, people were not like, observant of what is happening and everything. When they got to see what is happening, people started to like hold back with tips and all of that, and also they started to add people. And then there was just like so many of us, and obviously when there's like too many of us, the tables are now limited. Like, you can literally serve 2 tables a day. So I was starting to make Boma 400 a day, and I was like, no. The reason I came here, my aim was 1,000, and that's that. So when it started going that direction, I was like, no, I'm not doing this anymore. But like I said, you can still apply to places that are like, have been there, and people know that like things work like that. Like I said, Boma Capello. I don't know if Capello does count tips, but I know this guy that I asked, who was working at Capello Bloemfontein, actually, like, he's the person that I asked about this job. Okay, I want to try like the waitress job. What do you think about it? And he was like, yo, that job made me money for 5 years. I don't know if it's 5 or 3, but he said something like, he was like, it's like, you will make money. You just need to know your ways around it, and you will make money. So, and this is someone from Bloom, and he was making more than 10K. Like, he was making money. He would even make more when there's like ballers and stuff. People who know that, okay, I'm gonna tip this girl. Because even though the tips are calculated, some people like decide to give you more, And that brings me to the good side of this. Let me just start with that. So your tips are calculated, right? From 5,000 table, you would get 500. That's your tip. It's 10%. But some people will literally like add on top of that and maybe like give you 800, 8K, 1 point something. Because I remember this guy, like, specifically, I was serving him, and I think his bill was about like 4 point something. Yeah, because I remember that day I was just like shocked, like, oh, this guy. Sorry. So he came to pay, right? And then he was like, is your money there? Like, did you add your money there? I'm like, yeah, the tips are actually calculated here. Here's my tip, is 400 and something, right? From 4 point something. And then he was like, okay, make your tip 1.5. I'm like, huh? And he's like, make it 1.5, make your tip 1.5. I'm like, yo, this guy. And then I mean, like, that's just like the people that you would meet sometimes, who would literally like give you so much money, such that on days you don't make money, it's making up to that. Do you understand? Like, you know that yesterday you actually made a lot of money, so even if tomorrow you don't make a lot, you're still covered because you made a lot of money yesterday. So that's the good part about it. And then another good part about it is that you will create relationships. You will have relationships with people. I can't talk. You will have relationships with people, and then, next time when they come, they know that, okay, I'm served by this girl, I'm served by this guy, whatever the case may be. But where I worked, it was just like only waitresses. And yeah, they will still look for you, or maybe if you didn't serve them that day, they will be like kind enough to be like, oh, here's 100, or here's 200, buy yourself something. It's just like, it's like that. You get to build relationships with people, and they just like become so nice to you. Another thing is, our managers were just like so good to us, like literally so good to us. Okay, again, I came across, on the best side, I came across a situation where this guy literally spent about my 8K, and he was young, like youngsters, and then he spent 8K, and my tip was 800, and then he was just like giving me problems, and I was like, okay, it's fine. And mind you, this day, this is my only table. I'm looking forward to this table because it's my only table this day. So he gives me problems. I'm like, yo, this guy really like, I was hurt. Yeah, well, I was hurt. But I spoke to one of the other managers, and he dealt with him. Next time, not that he forced him to pay me or to give me tips, but he was like, no, don't do that to Babo. Like, come on, yeah, well, like, come on, give her tips, because they kind of like knew each other. So yeah, that's the nice thing about it as well. Like, where I worked, the managers were so kind. And I mean, on days where it's like busy, obviously they get frustrated, it's money, they get frustrated, but at the end of the day, they were just like cool people. Like, literally, they will help us so much. Comment down below and tell me if you would take this job, because I feel like we look down on waitering, not knowing exactly like how much these people make. Like I said, people from Buma Waterfall and stuff like that, these people have cars, they have like lives, like stable lives, because of waitering, because they serve like big boys, you know, like big guys, and they depend on that. And you'll find that they even living a life better than someone who, you know, who thinks like they have a proper job. They literally make so much money. So comment down below and tell me if you would take this job, because I want you to try this. And listen, it's gonna get real, but at the end of the day, you go home, you rest, you reset, and then you go back with a different attitude. So yeah guys, this was about it for this video. I am gonna give you more content, but I still need to like give my videos a break to breathe in between before I make another video. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'm gonna see you on the next one.